Hey everyone! Before I start, don't forget to subscribe to the channel for more real, raw stories like this one. Also, I'd love to hear your thoughts. Drop a comment at the end, and let me know what you'd do if you were in my shoes. I never imagined this would happen to me. One ordinary Wednesday, I came home from work, exhausted and ready for a quiet evening. My phone buzzed just as I stepped in. An unfamiliar number, a single text. Can't wait to see you tonight. Red heart. At first, I laughed it off. Maybe a wrong number. But then, the tiny pit in my stomach started twisting. My wife, Sarah, was supposed to be at her book club. I tried to brush it off as paranoia. I trusted her. I loved her. But something about that text, so casual, so intimate, felt like a punch to my gut. The next few days, subtle things started to gnaw at me. Calls she didn't answer, messages she left on read, excuses that felt rehearsed. I stayed late at work, she'd say. Traffic was terrible. But I noticed the little things. Her phone screen lighting up in her pocket, the way she suddenly changed the conversation when I walked in. At first, I doubted myself. Maybe I was imagining it. Maybe I was overreacting. Then came the Saturday night I'll never forget. I was grabbing a late snack from the grocery store nearby, and my phone buzzed again. A photo. My heart stopped. It was Sarah, laughing, leaning too close to another man at a dimly lit cafe. The familiar warmth of her smile, the one I thought was only for me, now belonged to someone else. I almost threw the phone across the room. My hands shook. My mind screamed at me to run, to ignore it, to pretend I hadn't seen it. But deep down, a cold, sinking feeling told me that ignoring it wouldn't erase it. I couldn't unsee her with him. In the days that followed, I became a detective in my own home. I noticed little things I'd missed before. The faint scent of cologne on her scarf, the way she'd avoid eye contact, the soft chuckle at messages she read alone. I questioned everything. Every laugh we'd shared, every promise she'd whispered at night. Were they lies? Were they all built on a foundation of betrayal I hadn't seen? One evening, I confronted her gently, hoping for an explanation that would make sense. "Sarah, who's he?" I asked, trying to keep my voice steady. Her eyes widened, and for a moment I saw panic, guilt, and, somewhere in there, a flicker of regret. I didn't mean for you to find out like this," she whispered. "It just happened. I didn't know how to stop it." The words hit me like ice water. I wanted to scream, to cry, to shake her until she explained why. But all I could do was stare, my chest tight, my mind a whirlwind of love, anger, and disbelief. She confessed that it started months ago. A brief connection that turned into something she couldn't ignore. She wasn't proud of it. She admitted she wanted to end it, but the guilt, the shame, it made her cling to the lie. I thought about leaving, walking away with my dignity intact. But part of me still loved her. I still wanted to believe we could fix it. But the pain of betrayal had seeped into every corner of our lives. I remember the little moments that once felt safe, the way she brushed my hair back, the quiet Sunday mornings we shared coffee, and now, each memory stung like salt on a wound. We tried talking, really talking, but the words were heavy, hollow. Trust is fragile, and ours had shattered. I realized that forgiveness doesn't erase what happened. It doesn't make the nights I spent alone, thinking she was mine, any less empty. It doesn't undo the feeling of seeing the one person you love more than anything, leaning into someone else's arms. I decided I needed space, not to punish her, but to protect myself, to reclaim my sense of self. Walking away was excruciating, but it was necessary. I packed my essentials, took a deep breath, and left the house we had built together. Knowing the walls would remember her laughter, my heart would remember the pain, and somewhere in the quiet aftermath, I'd remember who I was before all of this. The last time we spoke, she cried. I didn't. I just nodded, the ache in my chest like a heavy stone, and said, "I hope you find what you're looking for." And then I turned the key in the lock, closing a chapter one never wanted to read but couldn't ignore. Weeks later, I still feel the sting, the emptiness, the what-ifs. But I also feel something stronger, a quiet resilience, a recognition that my heart can survive even the deepest betrayals. I've learned to treasure honesty, to guard my love, and to never ignore the signs that whisper the truth before the storm arrives. If you've ever been in a situation like this, or know someone who has, I'd love to hear your thoughts. Drop a comment below and share your story or advice. And don't forget to subscribe for more real-life stories that make you feel every heartbeat, every heartbreak, and every lesson learned.